says, read verse 8 again. It says, Revelation chapter 9, verse 8. And they had hair as the hair of women, and their teeth were as the teeth of lions.
They're shooting them bullets. Go ahead.
Verse 9. And they had breastplates as it were breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots of many horses running to battle.
Yeah, they going. You know what I'm saying? They going. You know, they're in formation and they going. You know? Go ahead.
And they had tails like unto scorpions.
They had tails like unto scorpions because they had them guns mounted on the back of them. Okay? And they were shooting. Go ahead.
And there were stings in their tails.
And there were stings in their tails. They were shooting at them. Okay? They had them guns mounted on them. Go ahead.
And their power was to hurt men 5 months.
I say this right here. Let me Google it. Because let me Google it. What year did they start mounting guns on the back of planes? Give you anything?
It says World War I. Did it mounting machine guns on airplanes.
What year? World War I. So, like the brother Googled, he Googled it, and you see it. It's mounted on the back of the gun. All right, show it to me. Make sure that's the back though. You don't want. Matter of fact, I tell you what. It's mounted on there. It's mounted on there. So Jake can't say we ain't showed it that it's mounted on there. So show him that it's mounted. That's in World War I, even though it's in black and white. But you see the machine guns mounted on there. See that?
Yeah, it's tripping. Hold on.
Say active.
Damn.
Y'all bear with us.
It's not letting me.
It's not letting you. It ain't letting you. But we know it's on there.
It's like it froze. Hold on.
Alright, okay. We'll deal with it, bro. The camera about to go dead. The camera about to go dead, so I gotta change the battery.
I mean, I could show them in a smaller version.
Nah, we're gonna deal with it. You can pull it up. See what you got, Jake? So I'm about to change this battery. I'm gonna say never what, man. All right, we back. I had to change the battery, but I'm gonna show you the gun that one of them that's mounted on the back of a plane. See that? So there you go. That was in World War I, right? You got it now. What we at, bro? Because I had to start the camera back up.
It says, verse 10. This is Revelation chapter 9, verse 10. It says, and they had tails like unto scorpions, and they were stings in their tails, and their power was to hurt men 5 months.
Okay? So now you know what John is talking about. He's talking about the machine guns, okay? That was mounted on the back of that. Like them planes in World War I, as he described them as locusts. You see that? Go ahead.
Verse 11. And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon.
Yep, Abaddon.
Abaddon, but in Greek tongue has his name Apollyon.
Now, now I'm gonna let y'all hear something. Abiding, you can say that abiding. You know what I'm saying? Abiding, tomato. But I'm gonna show y'all. World War I, Kaiser Wilhelm II. Kaiser Wilhelm II.
According to Wikipedia, Wilhelm II, anglicized as William II, was the last German emperor and king of Prussia, reigning from the 15th of June 1888 until his abdication on the 9th of November 1918.
That's who that was. Kaiser Wilhelm, king of who? Prussia. Because when you look at the Prussian army, those are the ones that had them helmets on like women. You know what I'm saying? That we showed them earlier, the images of them. So Kaiser Wilhelm II, that's who that's talking about. In what verse?
Verse 11.
Verse 11, okay? That's who that's talking about in verse 11. Kaiser Wilhelm II. Now, we're gonna look up Abaddon or Abaddon, which means what? What does it mean? Destroyer.
Abaddon is in Strong's G3. Abaddon, and it means destruction.
Oh, it means destruction.
Polyon,
Right.
I think that means destruction.
Destroyer. Okay, so I had it mixed up. So Abaddon or Abaddon means destruction, and look up the word Polyon.
And Apollyon is Strong's G623. Abaluo, and it means destroyer.
Okay, see, I had it mixed up.
The angel of the bottomless pit, the destroyer.
So the Most High used him to bring destruction and to destroy things on the earth during World War I, which is Kaiser Wilhelm II. Okay? See that? Using Esau Edom. Now what I want you to do is go to Revelation chapter 6. Hold what you got. Revelation chapter 6, verse 4. Now, World War I, Edomites caused it. World War II, Edomites caused it. See that? World War II was based off Hitler invade Poland. Right? Adolf Hitler, that's his real name. Right? And he's an offspring of the Rothschilds, if you didn't know. Okay? And they tell you his real name in the encyclopedia. Go ahead, bro.
All right, this is Revelation. This is Revelation chapter 6, verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red.
Esau, Edom, okay? Horse represent power, okay? And that horse was Esau, Edom. It was red, okay? Esau, Edom, not white. He's red. So-called white man, not white, he's red. Because his blood show forth through his skin, he's translucent, okay? Go ahead.
And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
Now, what I want you to do is look up the word peace. And power was given unto him to take peace from the earth. Right? We're going to look up the word peace. Blue letter.
Strong's G1515. Rene says let's see. Says exemption from the rage of havoc of war.
Let me see.
That's the root of it? Yeah, that's the
Exemption from security. Hold on, what? That's what I want right there. Okay.
All right. It was Strong's G1515. Irene, and it says peace between individuals, harmony, concord.
So that's what this Edomite was set up to do. Take peace from the earth, meaning between individuals. So peace was taken between individuals in World War I. Peace was taken between individuals in World War II, and peace gonna be taken between individuals in World War III. See? So this is what I got. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them as travailing upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. That was World War I, okay? And we went to Revelation chapter 6, verse what? 4? Yeah. And we read that Esau, Edom is set up to take peace from the earth, harmony between individuals. So it's going to be a division. And when Esau, Edom say, peace coming up on the earth, nah, he's set up to take peace from the earth.
Right.
And when you think you're safe in Esau's kingdom, the Most High gonna hit this place with sudden destruction because he's gonna use Esau, Edom to cause it. Okay? Just like he caused Kaiser Wilhelm II to cause it in World War I. So go back to when we was in Revelations. Finish that off.
Right, it says, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword.
The great sword is you know what I'm saying, the weaponry. And they shall kill one another. Didn't they do that in World War I? Didn't they do that in World War II? Ain't they gonna do that in World War III? Didn't they do that in the Revolutionary War? Go back to what was that, bro.
All right. This is Revelation chapter 9, verse 12.
They is talking about the Edomites, so-called white people, man. Go ahead.
In the name of civilization, or civilized.
Yeah. They the one that caused all these wars. Right. Left hand side, YAHAWASHI allowed it to happen. All right? Go ahead.
All right, Revelation chapter 9, verse 12. One woe is past.
One woe is past. So what we just broke down through the Spirit, okay, is World War I. So World War I is what? In the scriptures. And according to the headings in my Bible, Revelation was written around 90 and 100 AD. So John seen World War I that was going to take place in the future in 1914. This Bible is accurate, man. Okay? This Bible is accurate for you people out there. Okay? And World War III is coming, man. Okay? And America want regime change in Russia, and they want regime change in China. And them so-called Jews is using America as the spirit, man. That's what it is, man. So, what is that?
So Revelation chapter 9, verse 12. One woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter.
So, and that at that time, there was World War I, World War II, passed, right? Now, World War III is about to be upon us, man. And the Most High, YAHAWASHI, is using these Edomites, man. He's using these Edomites to bring it, okay? That's what he's doing. And you nigga Latinos and Native Americans, let's just go by.
Yeah, I finished it up.
Okay, that was the end of chapter 9. Which I don't want that, you know what I'm saying? Because what that's doing is, when you read 13 on down, when you read 13 on down, that's going into World War III, really. Because them 200 million missiles, that's what's going to hit America, okay? But what I want to do, and what I did through the Spirit, is complete World War I. But I got to say this right here. The understanding of these scriptures, we got it from the apostles, the great millstone, right? Through the Spirit and power, YAHAWASHI, man. And what I want the brothers to do is go to 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. But that's who I learned these scriptures from. The apostles, the great millstone, man. Right? Start from the top. Of GMS.
You don't have a
Yeah, start from the top.
All right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
That's what we was doing. Going into prophecy. Because that was a prophecy. Go ahead.
Which I will put in thy mouth, said Yahawah by Hashem Yahushua,
Go ahead.
and cause them to be written in paper,
Go ahead.
For they are faithful and true.
For they are faithful and true. World War I happened. World War II happened. World War III is going to happen. But before America is destroyed, like we always say, they got to come with that chip and make it mandatory and force it on the people. Go ahead.
Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee.
The unbelief. So you people that don't believe in what we're saying, they ain't troubling us.
Right.
Go ahead.
That speak against thee.
Go ahead.
For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
Welcome back to Banfield. If the world runs low on food, who gets to eat and who doesn't? It's a frightening question, and it's actually being considered by world leaders right now because the war in Ukraine could plunge the world into a food shortage. Let me explain a little bit. That Ukraine and Russia together produce nearly 30% of the world's wheat supply, and the war has shut down grain exports from both of those countries. And while we here in the United States don't get a whole lot of our grain from them, there is an even bigger problem looming. Ukraine and Russia also produce a vast amount of the world's fertilizers. According to a senior analyst at the International Food Policy Research Institute, and I'll quote, the biggest threat that the food system is facing is the disruption of the fertilizer trade. Wheat will impact a few countries. The fertilizer issue can impact every farmer everywhere in the world and cause declines in the production of all food, not just wheat. That certainly raised the alarm around the world. French President Emmanuel Macron said his government this week is considering a food voucher program. And supermarkets in Spain and Italy have already rationed the sale of some items like corn and sunflower oil. But they're over there and we're over here. Could it actually happen here in America? Ask your parents and then ask your grandparents. Because during World War I, we got a taste of it. Food shortages forced President Herbert Hoover to launch a propaganda campaign trying to get Americans to eat less. And the slogans really took off too, like food will win the war, meatless meals, and wheatless Wednesday. That campaign actually reduced national food consumption by, are you sitting down? 15%. We could kind of use that now. And then along came World War II. The United States had a full-blown food rationing system at that point. First it was sugar, and then came coffee, and that was followed by meat and cheese, and then milk. There were more propaganda posters too, and this time the US government gave every American, including babies, a book of ration stamps that they would have to bring to the grocery store with them when they shopped. A pound of bacon cost 30 cents back in 1943, but a shopper would also have to rip out and hand over 7 points to buy that bacon. And if you ran out of the ration points, well, that was your tough luck. And while this new war in Ukraine may have escalated the current food problem, there are a few other things that actually started it. The global pandemic and that pesky supply chain disruption, well, those are still an issue, right? U.S. food prices rose 1% just last month. That is the largest monthly increase since April of 2020. But get this, over the past 12 months, U.S. food prices jumped nearly 8%. 8! And that, my friends, is the biggest jump since July of '81. We also have our own logistical problems here in the U.S. You might remember Hurricane Ida last year. That hurricane knocked out 2 large fertilizer plants located along the Gulf Coast. Those plants have really struggled to come back into service. And if that weren't bad enough, a fire took out another fertilizer plant, this one in North Carolina. So even if we ourselves wanted to make up the food shortages caused by the war, we probably could not do it. It is just another reminder that what happens in one part of the world can have a huge impact on the entire world, and why the NATO discussions going on in Europe right now could determine what is actually on your dinner table, and maybe more importantly, what isn't.
That's it. Okay. So we're going to face the east. We'd like to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rahakwadash. Double honors to the elders, Apostle G and Medicine, do well. Salute you brothers that's pushing this word and true sincerity and strength to YAHAWASHI and Shalom to you brothers and sisters growing in trust and spirit and power YAHAWASHI. Shalom to you too. So with that, Wafla Babylon,
Wafla Babylon,
Wafla Babylon,
Wafla Babylon,
and Wafla 2/3. Shalom, stay strong, search the scriptures, and pray for deliverance.